ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. إلا دار زايد داري لا تقرب منازلها.
Absolutely. And that's where I'm really thankful. This country is amazing. Not only for me, for everybody, for anybody to make a career, to make a life. I would say this country offers you the best opportunity compared to all. I say this all the time to every colleague of mine, every person who lives abroad, wherever, even in India, I say, Dubai is one place which is better than every country in the world. For one, it gives you opportunities. There's no bias here. Everybody is the same here. Every religion, every caste, every financial background, whatever you come, there's no prioritization here. Everybody gets equal rights. Everybody gets an opportunity to learn and live here and make a beautiful life. Security is 100% safe. Everybody is safe here, and I would really put my sincere thanks to the rulers here, who is really encouraging us a lot. The vision of this country is amazing. Getting something done from a desert and striving always for the best and giving the guidance and help to and support all of us. I always say we are not taxed, but we get the best of facilities here. Back in our countries, not to be bad to our countries, but we have a lot of tax, but we get much lesser. So this country has been amazing, and a lot of thanks to all the rulers.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode of Pearls of Union. Today we're going to be looking into a company that have been operating all around GCC and India since 2007. We're going to be looking at Archilum, an architecture company which also have lighting solutions, as I mentioned before, with the founder of it, Mr. Fazal Mahmoud. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. thanks for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to discuss on the opportunities and things of lighting and the involvement.
Of course. So I'm gonna start by asking you about yourself. So, Mr. Fazal, can you please tell us about your personality, your educational journey? What got you to the position that you're in today?
Yeah. So to start with, I did my education in one of the prime universities of India, in the National Institute of Technology. I did my engineering. I finished my engineering in '91, and then I joined Philips in their lighting division. Those days in India, there were very few multinationals. So getting into a multinational when you're doing engineering is one of the main things for any student. So I picked up the opportunity and I got placed into the lighting division of Philips. And lighting is a little bit low tech in terms of technology. When you do engineering, lighting is not that high technology subject. But I got into lighting and then I started liking it. So basically, I had a taste for spaces and how light influences the nature and everything. So that played a role in that. And then as I moved forward in lighting, I started developing a liking towards lighting. And I picked up a lot of knowledge by interacting with architects, consultants. Then I was part of some associations like the Heritage Committee of Bombay, where we were doing the restoration of all the heritage old buildings, medieval time buildings of Bombay. That also helped me learn a lot and get a lot of insights into lighting. Then I took the decision of moving into Dubai, because Dubai is obviously everybody wants to come to Dubai. Dubai is a beautiful place to be in. Those days it was evolving. I came into Dubai in 2000. It was really evolving and just starting to grow kind of to the Dubai which we know today. So I came in here and I joined a company called Urco Lighting, which is the premier lighting company in terms of architectural lighting from Germany. And that was a big shift for me because I was in Philips. Philips is more a technically oriented company. So lighting, all about lighting in the technical parlance, in the engineering parlance. But when I moved to Urco, it was more like an architectural lighting company. So it was completely a big shift. So, and then it came to the realization that lighting is not purely an engineering subject or an architectural subject. It's somewhere where the architectural and engineering thing confluence and it comes together. So once you have an understanding of engineering part and the architectural part, then you become more complete in terms of lighting. So this was my experience in Urco when I headed the Middle East and North Africa regions, where I used to travel extensively to the entire region. And it was like learning from two aspects. One is, of course, the architectural part of lighting, which I learned from the company. Second is the culture of the region. So it took me to all the beautiful places of the Middle East, which we see now with multiple challenges. But it was so beautiful, and the hospitality and the art of the Middle East impressed me a lot. So I dived more deeper and deeper. And then I again shifted back to Philips in 2004 because I got an opportunity to join Philips and bring some architecture into that company, the approach and stuff. So I went back to Philips and tried to bring some philosophy which I learned from Urco back into Philips, because Philips was my first company. And wherever you work first, you have an association, you have a kind of an attachment. So I worked in Philips again till 2007, and then I realized that I should be now starting on my own. So that's how the company of Archilum was formed. And the interesting bit was that in those days, most of the companies were founded by either engineers or architects. So the companies who were founded by the engineers took the company to the engineering arena. And the ones who did the architectural side, they took it to the architectural arena, right? So there was nobody giving a solution with both. So there was a big gap there. So this is the gap I identified that time. And I said there's a big potential for this particular area. If somebody can do both sides for a client, because client doesn't understand engineering or architecture. For him, it's a solution. So I have a project, I need a solution which has to be what I want it to be. I can't say that I'm coming from engineering side, so I'll give you only the engineering part of it. I can't come this side and then say, so this was an opportunity which I grew up on, and by the grace of God, it worked well. And now it is 19 years into this field, and expanded, and it was again a different kind of learning. So we could give the solutions to what we wanted to and what the client intended to have. So we were doing a lot of projects in the hospitality segment and the retail. So it was again a very interesting journey. All the fashion products you're using, we do most of the perfume brands, we do the clothing brands, we do the apparel stuff, yeah, and some 5-star hotels. So it's a very interesting journey I had so far.
Thank you so much for letting us know about the journey of yours. So since you told us a lot about the company and yourself, I'm going to start into going deep into the conversation of the company and the sector that you're working on today. So can you please tell us a brief about the services and products that you offer?
Yeah. So what we do is for any project, how it starts is there's a client and there's a taste the client has, and the client employs an architect, which will then give shape to that project. So this is what it is going to be. It is going to be modern, classical, architectural, or whatever, or contemporary. So then we pick it up from there, and then from there we develop the lighting concept for the project. So that's the first step. So trying to make the lighting concept which will justify the architectural concept, the story. So it has to be consistent with that story. So we do the development of the concept. Then from the concept, then we take up the design. So we do the lighting design, and lighting design, of course, has to be validated by technical aspects, which is the engineering side. And then we also do the renderings, so perspectives. So for example, if you're doing a space and you want to know how the space looks like even before it is done, so we do those kind of perspectives. So how your place will look like, creating the perspectives. So multiple options. So if you do this, you'll get this effect. If you do this. So the client in advance will know what a space is going to be looking like. So we do the design, we do the perspectives, and we also do, for selective customers, we do the 3D walkthrough. So we make the complete modeling of the space, and we take the customer through the space in a real time.
So you're embedding AI and technology in it too when you're creating the 3D systems, we're saying.
Right now, yes. Since the last, let's say, 6 months or so, we are actively involved. Before that, it was completely different. It was not, AI makes it much easier and much better. So that's another thing which we do. And then we definitely comes to quantifying the project. So what kind of lights, what kind of numbers, quantities, stuff. So we do the entire thing. So concept to design, to perspectives and renderings, to final choice, and then the bill of quantities we call it, and then of course the estimate, and then the product.
Of course, it's the whole process that you take them on.
Yeah.
So you give them a customized experience that they will be actually satisfied with. That's amazing. So what are some of the challenges that you face in this sector today, and how are you actually dealing with those challenges?
So I'll tell you one very interesting challenge. So every architect or consultant has a taste. So we all have taste. So for example, you may have a classic taste. Somebody has a contemporary taste. Right? Now you are the architect and he is a client. So he is contemporary. You are classic by nature. There will be a clash. And then we come in the middle. So then, these kind of challenges happen almost every time. And then we have to settle and I also have my taste. I'm classic by nature. So then I have to convert into contemporary. So that kind of change in your approach to suit the other person, going away from your own taste or your own personality. That's one of the major challenges which
Of course, it's a challenge because when you're building something, it's not based on your taste. You might see it as ugly, but the other person likes it, so you have to go on with it. That's
Absolutely. That's one. Second is, now we are doing the design and somebody is doing the implementation. We are not doing the implementation. There's a contractor there. So he has to implement. So for him to implement, he has to understand what is in my mind, the design. So very often to communicate that, especially in a place like this, where you have different nationalities, communicating between different nationalities also is a challenge. Because Asian, Arab, Europe, different cultural background, different communication things. So these are the challenges which you have. Whereas if you work in Indian market, it's not that difficult because we all understand each other. We understand where we're coming from.
There's no language barrier.
There's no language, there's no culture barrier. So there'll be a bigger subject for discussions if I go into that plane. Because when I came here first and I interacted with especially Lebanese and it was a bit difficult to understand where they come from. Then you understand the culture. I travel to those places. Then I be with them. Then I really understand why they're thinking the way they're thinking. Otherwise, you're thinking, why are they thinking like this? It's very odd, Yeah. So this is the other challenge. So these are the challenges which we have. And of course, now the recent challenge what we have is because of the people with less skills in the market. There are quite a lot of companies who are employing. I mean, it's unfortunate that you have a challenge on the pricing and the cost.
Fresh graduates as well.
Yeah, and the cost cutting. So because people are struggling to make money in the business now, unlike before. So up until 2017, let's say, there was money in the business. post 2017, post COVID especially, it has gone really down, and the margins are very less, so can't afford to have quality people. So we have got challenge in terms of the capabilities of the people. So end of the day, the product may not be the way you wanted it to be. So you design something and then you compromise. So this is another challenge which we have off late.
Of course.
So, yeah.
So since you mentioned challenges as well, it's a really competitive field. So what makes your organization different in the market today?
So that, as I said, we offer the complete solution one, and we are quite flexible. So we don't put our foot down, say that if a project, for example, starts in a particular direction and then takes a different direction during the course of the project, we don't say no. We cooperate completely, and we don't put extra charges on that. So customers find it more flexibility, because you can't be adamant, and some people are adamant. We are not adamant. We are very flexible, so that helps us. And the organization is very flexible, so we do have rules and processes and systems, but we bypass them for the better of the customer. So we don't stick to saying that this is our rule, you have to follow this rule. No, we are flexible.
Flexibility
So-
is really nice, especially in this industry.
Absolutely, and especially in the modern times.
Yeah, of course. So where do you see Archilum in the upcoming years? How do you see the future of it?
So to be honest, see, every question has a diplomatic answer and an honest answer. So the honest answer is it's challenging. With a lot of people coming in and the market shrinking, and the number of players are going up. So many times we have to cut corners also, which we don't want to. So the thing what we are going to follow is the same. We'll give the complete solutions, and we are trying to identify niche. So we're not going to the generic products. We're going to those niche kind of projects where we have those customers who really appreciate the work, because we cannot afford ourselves to do a project which is a low cost, because we have a capacity which is more. So we can't do that. So we are very selective. So what we have done is, instead of going after turnovers, we are now going after selected projects. So our turnovers come down, but our quality of projects has gone up.
And that's amazing.
So that's what we have done.
It's a really good solution that you found for the issue that's going on in the industry right now. Thank you so much for letting us know about the company and yourself. It was an amazing journey that you took us on, actually. To conclude this episode, do you have any advice to the younger generation or entrepreneurs who are passionate about this sector?
So basically, my advice to the youngsters who want to make lighting as a profession is learn the subject in a way. So lighting is a very misunderstood subject. People think it's very simple, but it's not that simple. It's quite not complicated, I would say, but very, very complex subject. So understand the behavior of lights with surfaces, with space, with different kind of materials. So once you have that understanding, then you are set to follow the career in lighting. Keep learning. All the time, look at what light is doing to all kinds of surfaces. Wherever you are, whichever ambience, whichever atmosphere, it's a mall, it's outside, it's a stadium, road, office, whatever. Look at what light is doing to the space and the materials in the space. That's one thing I would say. There's a lot of opportunity in lighting. For pure and good lighting professionals, there's a lot of opportunity. And I would say it's a very nice profession to follow if you have a little bit of an architectural side into your personality.
That's amazing. Thank you for the inspirational message, and thank you for having us as well. Since you started in the UAE since 2007, I'd like to ask you if you have any word or message that you'd like to pass to the UAE as a country or to the leaders of it.
Absolutely. And that's where I'm really thankful. This country is amazing. Not only for me, for everybody, for anybody to make a career, to make a life. I would say this country offers you the best opportunity compared to all. I say this all the time to every colleague of mine, every person who lives abroad, wherever, even in India. I say Dubai is one place which is better than every country in the world. For one, it gives you opportunities. There's no bias here. Everybody is the same here. Every religion, every caste, every financial background, whatever you come, there's no prioritization here. Everybody gets equal rights. Everybody gets an opportunity to learn and live here and make a beautiful life. Security is 100% safe. Everybody is safe here, and I would really put my sincere thanks to the rulers here, who is really encouraging us a lot. The vision of this country is amazing. Getting something done from a desert and striving always for the best, and giving the guidance and help and support all of us. I always say we are not taxed, but we get the best of facilities here. Back in our countries, not to be bad to our countries, but we have a lot of tax, but we get much lesser. So this country has been amazing, and a lot of thanks to all the rulers.
Thank you so much for the nice message, and thank you for having us today. It was such an inspirational journey, actually, that we learned from as well. Thank you for having us, and we're glad to know more about you. Thank you, our audiences, for watching this episode. Today, we learned more about the architectural and lighting sector in the industry of the UAE. We're going to be seeing you on the next episode of Pearls of Union.
وام الشيوخ